Time does fly, doesn't it? It's week 5 of the Jack in the Box High School Football Report. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Francis. It's the time of the year when contenders begin to announce their presence. Shorecrest and Snohomish trying to do just that tonight. The home team, well, the Panthers. They started with an 18-yard run from Joshua Vandergrend. They had a 7-0 lead in this one, and they had the ground attack going. He had more in the tank. On their next possession, he took it 43 yards. How about some great moves? And he took a few Scots along the way. 14-0 Shorecrest did eventually recover from the slow start. 14-6 at the half. In the third, the Scots tied it up. Fountain to Williams, and that they converted the two-pointer as well. So it was 14-all, and we move ahead to the fourth quarter. Panthers gave the ball to Josh Vandergren one more time. It was a good decision. 32-yarder, his third touchdown of the game, 28-21. And on the other side, the combo of Fountain and Derek Williams pretty much unstoppable. Their third touchdown hookup, 28-all at that point. Then in the final seconds, down 35-28, the quarterback would not be denied. They sneak his fifth touchdown of the game, and then with just 24 seconds left, the Scots elect to go for two and the win. The conversion is good as Marcus Tidwell bounces one outside. Shorecrest wins a thriller, 36-35.
In the huddle, when we were on the goal line, we were screaming different plays, either dive, stretch, sweep. But then our coach, great decision. Put our backer, James Huffman, he's a great blocker, great competitor, great backer at all.
And we took our outside linebacker, who's a go-getter and a hitter, and put him as the lead block. And I knew that they were going to probably, we went to a spread set, key on our outside receiver, Derek Williams, who had just an amazing night. So we just decided we were going to run something off tackle and let our big fellas up front see what they could do.
So the Scots trailed 4 different times in this game, and they kept coming back. Eladio Fountain, you just heard from him. Derek Williams, every time Shorecrest needed a play, those two hooked up. Fountain, 270 yards passing. Williams caught all 3 of his touchdown passes, had 171 yards. So why not go for 2 on the road? No need for overtime. They ended it right there. Shorecrest moves into second place in their Wesco 3A South Division with a 3-1 record behind undefeated Edmonds Woodway.
It's a family thing all the time, all the time. Nothing less. We go hard in practice. It obviously showed here.
Wins are great, and that's why I played this game, is to win football games. But, you know, as a program, we know that we still have a long way to go. We have a lot more goals that we want to accomplish this year, and this was the next step, and I couldn't be more proud of our guys and the way they finished tonight.
Yeah, great stuff from Shorecrest. Now it's time for all of you watching at home to make your vote count. Which game would you like to see on next week's show? All you got to do is go to KIRO7.com/vote now or download the KIRO 7 mobile app. You'll see 3 options: Bethel against Lakes, Rainier Beach against Scarfield, or Lake Stevens at Glacier Peak. We'll highlight the game with the most votes next Friday right here on KIRO 7 at 11. But don't delay. The clock is ticking, voting open till the end of the show. So choose your matchup, and we'll have the live results in just a couple of minutes. And how about this week's Jack in the Box Player of the Week? Well, not only did Colton Bauer put up some big numbers, but he may have preserved a shot at the conference title as well. North Kitsap trailed Bremerton 21-7 at the half last Friday before the quarterback sparked a turnaround. He threw for 157 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for nearly 200 more and 2 touchdowns. So 35-27, the Vikings won it. At halftime, there was no panic. Bauer had faith, even down 14 points, and his team had faith in him.
I always knew that our offense was going to step up throughout the weeks, and going into it, we just had a good game plan, and we executed pretty well, especially in the second half with the drive after halftime.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is having a player like that on your team that can always help you out when you need times of need. I mean, it's always a team effort, but it's great to have a player like that.
Okay, because the Vikings had won 3 straight, Bauer was excellent in those games. Well, tonight they ran into a good Silicum team, and that streak, it came to an end as Silicum beat the Vikings at home. All right, more to come tonight. How would undefeated Kennedy Catholic fare on the long drive to Enumclaw? We'll also have some action from down in Olympia and back here in Seattle. All of it right after Morgan's forecast. We are back on the Jack in the Box High School Football Report. The fan favorite live voting results coming up in just minutes. So get out your phone, download the KIRO 7 app, or just go to KIRO7.com/vote now. Last week, you chose Kennedy Catholic at Enumclaw. On paper, it looked to be a close game, but paper is not always correct. The Hornets O-lineman introduced with a smoke show. They came out of a livestock trailer. That's what they do in Enumclaw. Kennedy's offense clicking as usual. Sam Heward dump off pass to Zaire Lozolo right down the sideline for a 14-0 lead. Last season, these two teams combined to score 105 points, more than 1,100 yards. The only one to keep up with that this year was Kennedy Catholic. Lancers doing it all. Junior Alexander on the touchdown catch from Heward. Meanwhile, Kennedy's defense made some big-time stops. Hornets' run game was kept in check. Javis Louis with a big hit. It turned into a rout, 41-13. Kennedy rolled in that one. The Westco 4A matchup between Glacier Peak and Cascade. Well, Glacier Peak, were they looking ahead to Lake Stevens? No. Tyson Lang with a quick trigger. Matt Torgeson on the bubble screen made it 14-6 GP. And the Grizzlies can go to the ground attack as well. Ryan Black got a nice block. 44 yards later, he was dancing in the end zone, or really just waiting for his teammates. Cascade's offense could not keep up. GP won it going away, 35-14. On the plateau tonight from our friends at Root Sports, Skyline hosting the Big Blue Train, and it didn't go well for the Spartans. 43-yard pass, Andrew Sermon to Jordan Turner, and Bothell was just getting started. Roughly 6 minutes later, Christian Lee Galvin tacked on another touchdown that capped a short drive. They led 20-0 at the half. They went on to win it 41-7. They are now 3-2 on the year. Metro Conference, Seattle Prep trying to pull the upset in their rivalry with O'Day. It's, of course, easier said than done. O'Day's Milton Hopkins, good play fake, nice grab by Quinn Carolyn as the ball floats through the air, and Carolyn goes back to get it. The Irish were up 24 at that point. One bright spot for the Panthers. If you thought that catch was good, this is great. Jack Velling with the one-handed grab. Maybe he got two fingers on it. What is it with the one-handed bobbling catches this week? The night belonged to the Irish, though. Cameron Daniels on the carry. He cuts and jukes all over the place, takes it back to the middle of the field, and then runs away from everybody. O'Day, 45-13 winners. Also in Metro, Chief Sealth taking on 4-0 Ballard, 7-3 Beavers in the second quarter. When they add to it, Jarman Hauser around the left side with an eye for the camera. He's coming right at you. Yeah, he says hello. 14-3 Ballard. Beavers threatened again, but the Seahawks defense finally made a play. Jesse Brown with an interception in the end zone, kind of a jump ball kind of thing. Ballard did block a punt, though, and on the next drive, Hauser took it in one more time. Beavers eventually pulled away. They remain unbeaten, 29-6. Let's stay in 3A, South Sound Conference. A share of first place on the line as Yelm met Capital. Tornadoes with the misdirection. Carson Ament in the end zone, and it was 14-0 Yelm. On the other side, not much working for Capital's offense, but their defense did try to keep them in it. A great catch by Grady Lindekugel. That is an interception, but Benjamin Hoffman would bounce back. We've called his name a couple times this year. He floats it up. A juggling catch by Austin Schaller. See, another juggling grab in the end zone. They're learning from the Seahawks. Capitals tried to hang on, but in the second half, it was all Yelm, 49-20. All right, moving right along to a Thursday night game for you. Franklin Pierce hoping that defense travels as they met Highline. The Cardinals had allowed only 3 touchdowns all season, but the Pirates score when Riley Piper rolls out and finds a wide-open Malachi Carter. However, on the ensuing kickoff, the Tide, it turned quickly because Christian Swain found a seam, and he is gone. The long stride, 91 yards, nobody touched him. That sparked a 25-point rally that Highline could not answer, so they really didn't need defense. Their 4-1 is Franklin Pierce. Okay, we said voting for next week's fan favorite matchup would last till the end of the show. It is the end of the show. The fan favorite is Rainier Beach at Garfield, so that'll be a good in-city matchup. We'll feature those two teams next Friday right here at 11 o'clock. Thanks to our sponsor, All City Fence, and to you for taking the time to vote. For more scores and highlights, go to KIRO7.com, and we'll be right back.